A high-level delegations head the United Nations. Find out the aim of the trip.
It's just our new favorite place to come, and we can really, I'm not bragging, afford to go anywhere we want in the world, and we chose here.
And find out where this tourist is talking about. The Bahamas Tonight Weekend Edition starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Charisma Robinson, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Like always, it's great to have you in our company. Topping the news this evening, Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, will head a delegation to the 68th session of the United Nations General Assembly. He, along with Minister of Social Services, the Honorable Melanie Griffin, left for New York today. On Tuesday, Minister Griffin is expected to sign an historic document that will mean great news for those in the disabled community in the coming months.
Signatory to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities at the UN headquarters in New York. And in doing so, we will be joining the Caribbean community countries such as Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Jamaica, Dominica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Grenada. Mrs. Griffin will sign the convention on behalf of the government and people of the Bahamas. The convention will be a precursor to the enactment of disability legislation in the Bahamas that is expected to come before the end of the year.
Prime Minister Perry Christie is expected to deliver the country's national statement to the General Assembly for the first time on September 27th. During this gathering of leaders, Minister Mitchell said the Bahamas will engage in high-level discussions on migration and sustainable development.
Publicly, of the Bahamas' continued problem with this issue. The Cuban issue on the one hand, the Haitian issue on the other hand, and the need for us to employ international resources to help resolve the problem. And secondly, our concern about the procedures with UNHCR and the fact that there is too much delay in making sure that these claims are adjudicated on a timely basis.
The search for the new president of the College of the Bahamas is on. In the meantime, Dr. Erla Carey Baines will replace President Dr. Betsy Vogel-Bowes, whose contract of employment will expire on December 31st. Baines will take over as interim president on January 1st, 2014. Today, the Advisory Search Committee laid out its search process and specific qualifications for a new president who would be fit to lead the college as it transitions into a university. One specific qualification is Bahamian citizenship. And this time around, the committee says it will be firm in finding a Bahamian president. Considering that the college has had 9 presidents in 15 years, many critics have said that there is a lack of institutional stability.
Are confident that we have sufficient qualified Bahamians to make a wise choice that will provide the stability going forward, especially during this transformational period within the life of the institution as we build out the University of the Bahamas.
The deadline for the nomination of candidates is October 24th. That's nomination, to ensure the fullest consideration. But prospective candidates have until October 31st, 2013 to submit applications along with 5 professional references.
Chairman Alfred said that despite the limited funding that COB receives, he does not think it will be difficult to attract qualified candidates. He says most state universities are faced with challenges of decreasing public revenue, and he sees this as an opportunity for the new president to aggressively build an endowment. You can follow the search for president at www.cob.edu.bs. Other islands in the country might be a little bit jealous when they see the number of tourists the island of Bimini is packing in, and officials of the Resort World Bimini are hoping to increase these numbers in the coming years. Arjane Noel Ferguson reports.
The lure of the sleepy town of Bimini has for years pulled visitors to the island in droves. But with a high-end development like Resorts World Bimini, more and more persons from South Florida, just 40 miles away, are beginning to call the tiny island their second home.
First time here and this time here, the one thing that sticks out, the service personnel are excellent, the accommodations are excellent. Herbie's always meeting us. He takes good care of us. John Kirk takes good care of us. The people are fabulous, and it's just our new favorite place to come. And we can really, not bragging, afford to go anywhere we want in the world. And we chose here. We're going to be bringing groups here because it's a great place to vacation, and it's just fabulous.
And it's not just the tourists who are curious about the island. Bahamians are also taking advantage of its offerings for a quick weekend getaway.
Or someplace else, and I want to actually spend some more time, in the Bahamas, explore it a little bit more, and I guess enjoy it. I've been here once before. I actually stayed on property, but that was when it was just under Bimini Bay. But now it's Resorts World. I have a friend that works here, and she told me that there's been a lot of changes and upgrades and things like that. So I wanted to see what it was like for myself.
Now, Resorts World Bimini welcomed more than 300 passengers to the island on Thursday. And according to officials, they're not only to serve to the resort, but the island of Bimini itself.
The tourism to the island, the stores down the street will see the benefit of the people coming in, the straw market, the restaurants. With all the people that are coming to the island, there's no question the spin-off benefits will be fantastic.
Arjane Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
Coming up, one church celebrates a milestone. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.